Welcome back to the Gno Playground. Alright, in this tutorial, we're going to change things up a bit and do everything in the terminal window. So now that you're familiar with deploying a realm using the playground itself, you can write your code there. But then if you want to start working with like local development, meaning you won't have to use test nets and things like that and obtaining testnet token, you can work with local development on your own local machine, which is much faster. We highly recommend that for more iterative development. That's what this video is going to be about. It's all about local development. So let's say you wrote your realm in the playground and you port it over to some sort of code editor and you store it here. So you have your realm basically stored here, and it's essentially the same thing, just without a few comments. So now I've stored most of the helper scripts in my directory called scripts. So we'll go into there and I'll show you what we're working with. In the previous videos, we used the query as well as the transaction shell scripts. And here we've created a few other ones denoted by this underscore local.sh. And so in this case, we'll check out the deploy local. So behind the scenes, when you hit the deploy function, it's sending a request to the node. And essentially, this is what's going on. It's submitting a Gnoki transaction by way of like an HTTPS request. So if you want to do this from the command line, again, you'll use the Gnoki CLI. And just like with the transaction over here that we've done in the other video, you'll also be making a transaction. And in this case, instead of calling the package or the realm, you're adding a package. In this case, it's saying, look at the current working directory, and this is the realm path that we want it to eventually be on Gno.land. And then, this is the deposit amount in terms of ugnot, which is a smaller denomination. And we can go over these flags in a later video, but the most important thing here is the remote URL will change to a localhost environment. And this is a local node running on your machine. So we will jump over to a different screen where we'll actually start the Gno.land node. And that's what's going on here. And we'll let this kind of initialize here. And this is starting up the genesis. And this is the genesis of the chain. It's starting now. So you can see block height is 1, block height is 2, and things are working as usual. So we'll go back to our other screen where our scripts are. And in this case, we'll want to invoke the deploy functionality, which will prompt us for a password, and it will say basically this doesn't exist, which is funny. Okay, how do we get around that? Shoot. Found an empty package. No, you didn't. What if we back out and do scripts deploy? This should work because it's looking for the current working directory. That is an important distinction. So before I invoke that, let's actually look at what just happened. So since it's saying the package directory is dot, which means the current working directory, and since we were within the current working directory of scripts, that was the issue. So we cd back out, and then we're able to invoke the script from here, which will deploy the realm itself. So now this is working. It will ask us for our password, and we will do that. And there we go. That's how you deploy.